It was supposed to be just another wild night in Atlanta, bottles popping, music blasting, and the stars of love and hip-hop doing what they do best, putting on a show. But what unfolded inside that VIP section would go down as one of the most shocking nights in reality TV history. Witnesses say it started with words, slick, cutting, too personal to ignore. But within seconds, those words turned into chaos. Drinks flew. Security screamed. And before anyone could process what was happening, Bambi, reality TV royalty, was in handcuffs. Dragged through flashing lights and blaring sirens after allegedly attacking Erica P., a longtime friend and rumored enemy of Scrappy. Phones captured every second. Fans swarmed social media. And a storyline that began in a club instantly exploded into a full-blown scandal that could destroy reputations, careers, and relationships. Was this just reality TV gone too far? Or a dark truth finally boiling over? And when the cameras stopped rolling, who was really the victim? The answers are messier, more shocking, and more dangerous than anyone ever imagined. Atlanta nightlife has always been known for its chaos, flashing lights, heavy bass, and celebrity drama that never seems to stay in the shadows. But nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared the city for the night everything spiraled out of control. It was a humid Friday evening when two women with a long, bitter history, Bambi and Erica P., ended up in the same VIP section. What followed was more than just a fight. It was a cultural earthquake that would ripple far beyond the club walls. The tension had been brewing for years. Bambi, the fiery, outspoken reality star with a reputation for clapping back harder than anyone in the love and hip-hop universe, had made it clear she wanted nothing to do with Erica. Their history was messy. Public feuds, bitter reunions, show confrontations, and most infamously, rumors that Scrappy, Bambi's on-again, off-again partner, had been texting Erica behind her back. The women had traded insults online for months, but until that night, it had all stayed digital. Inside Velvet Room, one of Atlanta's most exclusive nightlife spots, the atmosphere was electric. Rappers, influencers, and reality stars packed the VIP. Bottles lined the tables. Camera crews hovered in the background, and fans clung to the velvet ropes for glimpses of their favorite stars. Then, like gasoline poured on a lit fuse, Erica P. arrived at first. The two women avoided each other, exchanging glares from opposite sides of the room. But tension has a way of finding its moment. And that moment came when Erica raised her glass and shouted across the section, "Still playing house with a man who don't even want to be kept." The crowd gasped. Security shifted nervously. Bambi's expression changed instantly from calm to storm. Witnesses say she stood up slowly, locked eyes with Erica, and shouted back, "Say it again. I dare you." What happened next was chaos. According to multiple eyewitnesses, drinks flew first. No one is sure who threw them, followed by shouting so loud the DJ killed the music. It was like a switch flipped. One bystander told reporters they were done talking. They wanted blood. Before anyone could react, Bambi allegedly lunged across the VIP section. Tables flipped. Bottles shattered. And Erica screamed as Bambi's hands swung past to security guards trying desperately to hold her back. The brawl was brutal and messy. A flurry of yelling, grabbing, and hair pulling that turned the once-exclusive VIP into a war zone. Bartenders ducked behind the bar. Partygoers fled toward the exits. "I thought it was a setup for the show," one fan said. "But then I saw blood." This was real. Phones were out instantly, capturing every second. Within minutes, the videos were online, grainy, shaky clips showing Erica yelling, "Get her off me," as Bambi struggled against security's grip. Sirens wailed in the distance. And then, the unthinkable. Police stormed through the club doors. The energy shifted immediately. Cameras flashed as officers pushed through the chaos. Bambi, hair disheveled and mascara streaked, was restrained on the spot. Erica's friend screamed for an arrest, pointing at scratches on her arm and demanding justice. "She came for her. Lock her up," one shouted. The crowd pressed against the velvet ropes, half cheering, As officers placed Bambi in handcuffs, the sight of her being led through the club, cameras flashing, phones recording her face twisted in anger and disbelief, became an instant viral moment. "This is Love and Hip Hop ATL for real," someone shouted as Bambi was escorted into the back of a squad car. The clip hit the internet before she even made it downtown. Within hours, the hashtags were everywhere. Hashtag Free Bambi. Hashtag Justice for Erica. Hashtag Love and Hip Hop Arrest. TikTok edits of the fight racked up millions of views overnight. Twitter exploded with debates, theories, and memes. Instagram blogs posted side-by-side comparisons of the club fight and Bambi's previous reunion brawls, branding her queen of unbothered until she's bothered. But what most people didn't know was that the fight was about more than just an insult. According to insiders, Bambi had recently discovered old text messages between Scrappy and Erica. Messages that hinted their friendship was more complicated than anyone realized. Erica, they claimed, had been bragging to mutual friends for weeks that she and Scrappy were closer than Bambi knew. So when Erica threw shade that night, it wasn't just petty drama. It was a spark igniting a pile of gasoline that had been building for years. It was bound to happen, one insider revealed. That wasn't just a fight, that was years of betrayal exploding in one moment. Back at the police precinct, Bambi was booked on misdemeanor assault charges and released hours later on bond. But the damage was already done. Every gossip site in the country plastered her mugshot across their front pages. Entertainment headlines screamed, "Bambi arrested after brutal brawl with Erica P. Scrappy caught in the middle." Fans flooded comment sections with divided opinions. Some called Erica a victim. Others accused her of deliberately provoking Bambi for clout. Meanwhile, Scrappy stayed silent, publicly at least. Privately, sources said he was shocked and embarrassed by the situation. He never thought it would go that far, one friend claimed. He's stuck between two people he's got history with, and now it's blowing up his life. The fallout was immediate. Reunion filming for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was thrown into chaos. Producers allegedly held emergency meetings to decide whether to air the footage or distance the show from the scandal altogether. Some insiders argued it was ratings gold. Others worried that the legal drama could spiral out of control if Erica pressed charges. But one thing was certain. The fight had already changed everything. Bambi's reputation as the cool-headed queen who could handle drama had been shattered. Erica, once seen as a background character, was now at the center of the most explosive storyline in the show's history, and Scrappy. His silence only added fuel to the fire, with fans speculating that his actions or inactions were the real reason behind the chaos. As the sun rose over Atlanta the next morning, one truth was clear. This wasn't just another reality TV fight. It was the start of something much bigger. A battle that would play out in courtrooms, social media feeds, and living rooms around the world, and this was only the beginning. When the news of Bambi's arrest broke, Atlanta's entertainment scene didn't just buzz, it exploded. What began as a heated club altercation had now transformed into a full-scale media storm. And within hours, the fallout spread far beyond the VIP section where it all began. The mugshot was everywhere, plastered across gossip blogs, entertainment channels, and late-night talk shows. Bambi's tear-streaked face and defiant glare became the most shared image of the night. From reality star to real-life trouble, read one headline. Another screamed, "Bambi behind bars. Love and Hip Hop star charged after violent club brawl." But it wasn't just the headlines that caught fire. It was the conversation. Within minutes, social media turned into a war zone. Hashtags like hashtag Free Bambi, hashtag Justice for Erica, and hashtag Scrappy Drama trended across Twitter and TikTok. Millions watched and rewatched shaky cell phone clips of the fight, pausing, zooming in, and debating frame by frame who started what. A city divided, the public's reaction was split right down the middle. Team Bambi argued she had simply snapped after years of disrespect, provocation, and public humiliation. How many times can someone poke the bear before it roars? One fan wrote, "She's human. Erica's been coming for her for years. Team Erica, however, painted a very different picture. To them, Bambi was nothing more than a bully who crossed the line. Words don't justify violence, a viral post read. If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the spotlight. The debate wasn't limited to fans. Even celebrities, influencers, and former cast members chimed in. Spice tweeted a cryptic message, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than a swing." K. Michelle commented under a gossip blog post, "Accountability is a thing, y'all." And in perhaps the most savage move of all, Carly Red reposted a fight meme with laughing emojis, pouring gasoline on an already raging fire. Scrappy's deafening silence, and then there was Scrappy, the man caught in the middle, and arguably the reason this feud ever existed was nowhere to be seen. At first, fans assumed he was laying low out of embarrassment. But when he finally broke his silence with a cryptic Instagram story, a black screen with the words, "Sometimes silence keeps the peace." But disrespect gone get handled. The internet lost its mind. Was he defending Bambi? Shading Erica? Or quietly admitting he had played a bigger role in the feud than anyone knew? The speculation intensified when paparazzi caught Scrappy outside both the police precinct and Erica's apartment within 24 hours of the fight. Was he checking on Bambi, comforting Erica, or trying to control a situation spiraling out of his hands? Social media was ruthless. Memes labeled him Messy, Scrappy, the gasoline, and the real instigator. One viral post read, "Scrappy writing a love letter to Erica while posting bail for Bambi." Another joked, "Bro trying to keep two queens in check and failing miserably." Meanwhile, the legal implications loomed larger by the day. Erica hinted on Instagram Live that she was considering pressing charges not for TV ratings, but for real. "I didn't touch nobody. She came for me," Erica said, bruises visible on her cheek. "And now she's gonna pay the price." Those words sent shockwaves through the fandom. If Erica filed charges, Bambi could face serious legal consequences, including potential jail time. Producers at VH1 reportedly held emergency meetings, terrified that a court case could derail production, void contracts, and jeopardize the upcoming season. One insider described the mood as panic mode. "We wanted drama for the show," they said. "We didn't want a courtroom saga." As the legal pressure mounted, Bambi's team scrambled to control the narrative. A close friend went live insisting Bambi doesn't just pop off for no reason. She was provoked, period. But Erica's camp wasn't backing down. "Words are not a reason to assault someone," her lawyer told a local reporter. "This isn't reality TV anymore. This is real life." Just when the world thought the situation couldn't get more chaotic, a new twist sent everything into overdrive. A leaked, unedited version of the fight footage surfaced online, allegedly ripped straight from VH1 servers. And it told a very different story. In the viral version, Bambi looked like the aggressor. But in the raw clip, Erica appeared to throw a drink first, followed by a pointed gesture toward Bambi before the fight erupted. "Hold up," one fan wrote. So she did provoke her. Hashtags like #Justice for Bambi and #Erica threw first began, trending as thousands of viewers demanded answers. VH1 quickly released a carefully worded statement. Love and Hip Hop is a reality series with complex storylines. Not all material makes it to air. We remain committed to portraying cast experiences accurately and respectfully. Translation: they weren't denying the edit. They just weren't confirming it either. Behind the scenes, executives were scrambling. If the footage proved Erica had provoked the fight, Bambi could argue self-defense, dramatically changing the legal narrative. But if they buried the clip, VH1 risked being accused of manipulating reality for ratings. Meanwhile, the cast fractured. Rashida sided with Bambi, posting, "When you see the full thing, it's obvious she was defending herself." Yandi fired back, "Losing control is a choice, not an edit." And Carly, ever the instigator, simply posted popcorn emojis. The show was no longer just entertainment. It was a battleground for truth, perception, and public opinion, a franchise on the brink by the end of the week. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was trending more than any music release or film premiere. Bloggers called it the most explosive scandal in franchise history. Ratings, projections skyrocketed. Fans flooded VH1's social media pages demanding the raw footage be aired. Petitions circulated online with thousands of signatures calling for justice for Bambi. But with possible lawsuits looming, restraining orders in place, and whispers of a courtroom showdown, the show's future hung in the balance. This wasn't just reality TV anymore. It was real life, real consequences, and a real test of how far networks were willing to go for entertainment. And just when the storm felt like it couldn't grow any stronger, it did, because the truth about what really happened that night was still buried. And when it finally surfaced, it would shake Atlanta and the entire Love and Hip Hop universe to its core. If the fight in the club was the explosion, and Bambi's arrest was the fallout, what came next was a full-blown war, one that blurred the line between entertainment and reality, and left fans questioning everything they thought they knew. Because when the dust settled, it wasn't just fists being thrown. It was receipts, screenshots, leaked footage, and revelations so explosive they threatened to bring down more than just friendships. They could topple the entire Love and Hip Hop Atlanta empire. The internet was a battlefield. Social media wasn't just reacting anymore, it was investigating. Fan pages dissected every frame of the leaked raw footage, every detail of Bambi's mugshot, and every cryptic post from Erica and Scrappy. Everyone was hunting for the truth. And then, seemingly out of nowhere, Erica dropped a nuclear bomb. At exactly midnight on a Wednesday, Erica posted a 45-minute YouTube video titled The Real Story: My Side of What Happened. Within minutes, it shot to #1 on trending. And for good reason. It wasn't a rant. It was a meticulously organized expose. Segment E, screenshots. The first half of the video featured dozens of alleged text messages between Erica and Scrappy, some dating back months before the fight. In one, Scrappy allegedly wrote, "She's wild, but don't worry, I'll make sure she doesn't come near you." In another, "Ignore her drama. I got you." The timestamps placed these messages just days before the fight, and fans immediately questioned how innocent Scrappy's involvement really was. Segment 2, voice memos. Erica then played audio clips of what she claimed were private conversations with Scrappy. In one muffled recording, a voice sounding like his said, "You know, she's always looking for a fight. I can't stop her." If authentic, it wasn't just damning, it suggested Scrappy knew a confrontation was coming. Segment 3, backstage footage. But the final reveal was the most explosive of all. A backstage clip filmed minutes after the brawl. In it, Bambi was pacing back and forth, visibly furious, and allegedly muttered, "I told her I'd put her in her place if she came for me again." The internet melted down. Twitter split into factions overnight. #Team Erica trended as fans called her brave and vindicated. One viral post read, "She's not messy, she's exposing the truth. Bambi came for her." But #Team Bambi fired back just as fiercely. Texts don't mean anything. Erica's playing victim because she knows she started it. Then there was Scrappy. His reputation, once untouchable, was suddenly in freefall. Memes flooded timelines, pairing his old lyrics about loyalty with screenshots of his alleged texts to Erica, preaching loyalty while playing both sides. One caption read, another viral tweet simply said, "Scrappy equals the real villain." Inside VH1 headquarters, panic was setting in. Producers who once controlled every frame of the show were losing control of the narrative. The leaked uncut footage had already poked holes in the official story. And now Erica's receipts were lighting the rest of it on fire. An anonymous producer told a gossip site, "We were told to cut the footage to make Bambi look like the aggressor. It's about drama, not truth." That statement alone sent fans into an uproar. Was the network deliberately manipulating the story for ratings? And if so, how much else had they been hiding? Petitions demanding the release of the entire unedited footage crossed 250,000 signatures. Fans flooded VH1's comment sections with demands. We want the truth. Release the full tape and stop editing real lives for fake TV. Bambi, who had remained mostly silent since her arrest, finally struck back. In a late-night Instagram story, she posted a single message on a black background. Y'all see it now? They can't silence the truth. The post was cryptic, but fans took it as a warning Bambi was gearing up to fight back. And within days, rumors spread that her legal team was preparing a multi-million-dollar defamation lawsuit against Erica, accusing her of character assassination and intentional damage. Another report suggested that VH1 itself could be targeted for manipulating footage to create a false narrative. Meanwhile, Bambi supporters began circulating their own evidence screenshots, eyewitness accounts, and even a claim that Erica had accidentally thrown her drink first, which triggered the fight. The hashtag Erica provoked her went viral. The situation escalated again when a new anonymous leak dropped online. This time it wasn't messages or videos, it was emails, allegedly from VH1 executives. The emails appeared to show producers discussing how to control the narrative and maximize drama by framing Bambi as the aggressor. One chilling line read, "Make sure Erica looks like the victim. It's better for story arc. If it's true, it was damning. If false, it was the boldest hoax in reality TV history." Either way, the damage was done. The emails went viral, media outlets ran headlines about manipulation and cover-ups. And VH1's reputation was in freefall. At this point, the feud wasn't just Bambi versus Erica anymore. It was a three-way war. Bambi and her team fighting to clear her name and reclaim her image. Erica dropping bombs to prove she was the victim. VH1 battling accusations that it had manipulated the truth for ratings. The fans had become investigators, combing through every frame, every word, every leaked document. Even mainstream media outlets began covering the story, questioning the ethics of reality television and whether these shows were crossing lines between storytelling and slander. Scrappy in the crossfire. And then there was Scrappy, the man at the center of it all. His attempt to remain neutral was failing miserably. Erica's receipts painted him as a manipulator. Bambi's silence suggested betrayal, and fans weren't having it. TikTok creators stitched together timelines of his involvement, showing how his words and actions might have fueled the feud. He's playing both sides. One influencer said in a viral breakdown video, "He's comforting Erica while defending Bambi. He's the reason this blew up." The pressure mounted, and with rumors swirling that he could be subpoenaed to testify if Erica pressed charges. Scrappy's world was about to get even messier. By now, this was no longer about a fight. It was about trust, manipulation, and truth. Bambi was fighting for her reputation. Erica was fighting for justice. And VH1 was fighting to keep control of a narrative slipping through its fingers. And just when the chaos seemed impossible to top, Erica teased one final twist. In a late-night Instagram live, she smirked into the camera and whispered, "This ain't even half of it. I got one more video, and if VH1 doesn't air it, I will." The internet erupted. What could possibly be in that video? Proof that Scrappy instigated the fight. Evidence that producers staged it. Or something darker, something that could end careers, destroy relationships, and bring the entire franchise crashing down. The truth was about to surface. And when it did, nothing in Atlanta or reality television would ever be the same again.